Hi, welcome to Mindful Moments. In today's session, we are going to practice another breathing exercise. This breathing exercise is called three-part breathing. So we'll begin by breaking down kind of the areas into which we breathe in and out, and then we'll end by kind of connecting it all. So I invite you to find a nice comfortable position. You can do this laying down. A lot of times in a reclining or laying down position, you can feel the breath moving in and around you a little bit better, but it also totally works in a seated position. And this is a technique that you can come to often, as is with all of these breathing techniques. You can do them anytime, anywhere, especially when you're feeling a bit frazzled and you just need to take a few moments to relax, to unwind, to focus in on your breath. So when you're ready, I invite you to find that nice, comfortable seated position, perhaps closing your eyes or gazing down. And start by simply noticing your breath awareness. Not trying to change it, not trying to do anything with it, but just noticing where and how you breathe. And maybe making a note of if you do notice your breath during the day, or is it something that you do all day, every day, without really much awareness? I'll invite you to bring one or both hands onto the low belly, so beneath the navel. And as you inhale, I invite you to pull the breath into the low belly and feel the hands move in response to the inhale. And once that low belly area is filled, the area underneath your hands, simply exhale. And stay there for a few rounds, inhaling and exhaling into the low belly. And notice how the body in general feels when you hold your inhale and exhale simply to the low belly without filling the lungs completely. And then bring your hands up a little higher so that kind of the palm of your hand rests at your rib cage. And then try for a moment, if you will, to breathe simply into your mid-belly. Is that possible? Without pulling air into the upper chest or the lower belly, can you pull just into the mid-belly? And exhale from the mid-belly, noticing again how that feels. And as we're practicing this, you might start to think, as we try different areas, you might realize, I always just breathe into my belly, my low belly or my mid-belly. Or bringing the hands, one or both hands, up onto the chest, letting your fingertips rest gently at your collarbone. Now can you breathe just into the chest, into the upper cavity of the abdomen area. Again, noting how that feels, noticing if maybe this is where you spend most of your time breathing, so maybe it feels very natural. Then I invite you to bring your hands back down to the low belly. As you inhale, breathe into the low belly, but then continue to breathe in as you bring your hands up onto the rib cage, into the mid belly. And then continue to inhale as you bring the hands up onto the chest. Breathing fully into the complete lungs. And then exhaling completely. Maybe you naturally start to take on a bit of sound, Anjahi breathing, breath of sound. As you breathe deeply and completely. I invite you to sit here with your breath a bit. Feel and experience the fullness of the breath. If your mind wanders away or gets distracted, simply allow it to come back. If you notice you began breathing just into the belly or the chest, maybe you again bring the hands. You could even rest one hand on the belly and one on the chest. Feel the belly expand up through the rib cage and into the chest. And then exhaling, the hand on the belly begins to contract, come in, and the rib cage, and then the chest. You can use this technique anytime, anywhere, remembering that the more you sit and practice with something, even when you don't need it, the more natural it will become and the more available the tool will be for you to use when you need it. When you're ready, you can bring the palms of the hands together, lifting the thumbs to your heart. Take a moment to spend with yourself. Treat yourself like your best friend, because you are who you get to be with your entire life. When you're ready. Om Shanti. Peace.